What up? Welcome back to episode 11 of You Might Be Surprised, a comedy podcast where I just talk about whatever. Last week we talked about Chris D'Elia. This week, you never know. Stay tuned. Welcome back. What's up, everybody? How's it going, man? How's it going? Oh, man, I am beat. I am literally destroyed mentally and physically. Last week, and I guess I'll talk about it now. If you don't know who Steve Cook is, he's a Gymshark athlete, okay? He has this thing called the Summer Sizzle going. I made the decision hungover to sign up for it. And what it consists of is 6 days a week at the gym. Hard workouts that suck. So here's the problem with it. Because the benefits of it is that I'm getting jacked, okay? But when you work 8 to 5, 9 to 5, and then you go to the gym for an hour and a half, and then you have to mentally prepare yourself to write podcasts and stand up, and then also try to have a social life, it gets kind of tough, dude. It gets really tough, and I'm burning out, and I don't want to. I want to keep doing this, man. It's hard, but dude, I'm getting yoked. I took off my shirt at the gym, which I never do, and I was like, "Ooh, boy." It's an 8-week program, and I'm only on the second week. I'm like, "Yo, dude. I'm not getting girls now, but in 6 weeks, yeah. I'm going to get girls." It's all thanks to Steve Cook. Steve Cook. Yeah. Anyways, this week's been popping though for the podcast. Even though I haven't recorded one, I dropped 2 episodes. One with Joy from the Juicebox podcast about Chris D'Elia, which blew up. I had a Twitter clip, get 2,000 views. That was pretty cool, and just the podcast from him, it's really helping me grow. It's hard to see, like with anything, we only see the successes of people, and it's hard picturing the journey, and I think that's the hardest part about starting a podcast and stuff, is just knowing that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and the more time you put into it and stuff, the better things will be, and the more opportunities that will come your way. But yeah, man, we talked about the Chris D'Elia thing, and I talked about it on my solo episode 2. I'm not gonna talk much about it. You guys know, if you listen to this, you know. But I am thinking about burning my Life Rips hoodie just so I can get views. I'm starting to turn into a view monster. After you get a clip that's 2,000 views when you didn't mean for it to get 2,000 views, your head starts twisting. You're like, how can I do that again? How can I double it? And I think that's the most addicting thing about it. And also, like, man, anything I'm doing that's not to working out and creating content, I feel like is a waste of time. And I think I'm gonna stop doing anything like video games and stuff throughout the week. I just need to like put that down and just focus on creating content and stuff. A little bit of a comedy update. Whoa, we haven't did that in a while. As you know, at the beginning of these podcasts, I was talking about like how I want to be a stand-up and stuff, and that's still the case. I definitely want to do it. Last week on Friday, I took my cousin to a stand-up comedy open mic in Milwaukee. And first of all, it's crazy that's even happening because of Corona. I was there with 60 people. 60 people, dude. Post Corona, and even during Corona, because right now times are crazy. If you're in Texas, yikes. But yeah, I went to an open mic. I didn't perform, and the only reason I didn't perform is because I just wanted to like feel it out, and just like know what it's about. I feel like every open mic is different, and I think like that's the coolest thing about going and doing comedy. Just like like what's gonna happen. So I went. It was at a bar. I was actually at a karaoke bar, downtown Milwaukee, near City by me, and it started at 7:30, and it said it was gonna go till 10, which I was like, "There's no way." And I probably watched like 30 plus stand-up comedians, dude. That was cool. There was some good jokes, and there was some horrible jokes. And like the atmosphere, I get why it's so contagious. And when I was there, I just wanted to go up on stage, even though I didn't have anything written. So I think this week I'm just gonna like write a bunch and try to go next Friday for an open mic. I've been thinking of some jokes, man. I've been thinking of jokes. I wanna like one of the things that like for me at least, the reason why I love comedy and I love podcasts is I love hearing about other people's lives. Like when you do your thing every day, it gets kind of boring and it's easy to lose track of time, and it's simple to just like fall into a loop and like listening to comedy podcasts and comedians. Like you're like, oh, like this is funny. Like he finds this funny and he can make it funny, or she finds this hilarious. She can make it funny, if you know what I mean. So I think that's like the reason why I'm so attracted to these podcasts and stuff is like how can I see someone else's life, and like comedy and podcasts is just like a lens of what they see. And I wasn't expecting like crisp comedy or like anything crazy, but everybody just like talked about the riots, the protests, Corona, which is going to happen right now. It's the biggest thing to talk about. But like some of the people just were just trying to like make it funny, and it just wasn't working. And like if I were to go up and do comedy, I would make it about myself. I would throw in a joke about my stutter and play it from there. Maybe throw in a Corona joke. But the thing is like I don't know. Like that's why I want to go to the open mic, was just so I could like get a feel for it, And like I don't. It was cool. It was definitely an experience. I mean, met this dude named Fluffy. Fluffy? Furry? Fluffy. Fluff. Something like that. And I shook the dude's hand and I immediately regretted it. Dude was sweaty. And I was like, a corona. Yeah, that's what I was like, dude. That's what I was like, dude. That's what I was like. I know I said I didn't want to talk about Chris, but dude, this is the first time in 10 weeks where I don't have anything planned, and I'm on my phone because I'm rude. I didn't have anything planned, and I just went this whole week. I was focused on creating clips and stuff. I don't even think I freaking oh dude, I didn't even upload my video for my solo podcast. It's only on freaking audio, dude. I don't know, man. I want to start getting like 10 episodes, and I still feel like I don't have like a topic. I'm just rambling about stuff, and it's really hard to grow traction when you don't have a topic. I need a topic, man. That's the one flaw that I have about creating content is that I have all the skills to do it. It's just finding a topic. Have you guys been watching Andrew Schulz's clips that he posts every Saturday? Oh, dude. Andrew Schulz did like this cool clip on Crystalia this weekend. It really made me think. If you didn't see it, go and check it out and then come back here. He said something along the lines of like if he. So first of all, let me back it up. Crystalia, obviously, if you don't know what he's done, allegations of doing things with underage girls and stuff, and his team came out with emails. But like, I feel like Andrew Schulz made a good point about this. He was like, if this was me, I'd be coming out swinging. Like, if you're getting accused for that type of stuff, you'd be swinging, being like, bro, what? What are you talking about? You know? But no, he was silent. Really silent. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to do something different. It's going to called Scroll Twitter. I'm really sorry if this episode's trash. This is like the first episode in so long. I'm just so drained. It's yeah, we can talk about this. Is like perfecting your craft. And that's something that's something in my life I've never really done, is perfect my craft. I've picked up a lot of things throughout my life. I have various amounts of skills, and I think that's the best trait about me. Like, I'm very business minded. I know how to talk to people. But like I never like I haven't perfected that. And then like I have I have like a graphic design background. I've been using the Adobe Suites for 5 years. But like I can use them, but it's not perfected. I can edit videos and put the graphic design skills to work and do cool things, but it's not perfected. I have a podcast that I think is good, but I don't put enough time into it. Like, I put time into it, don't get me wrong, even though I just said I haven't wrote a damn thing. This is off the dome. This is what 10 weeks of podcasting looks like. I wasn't able to come up with sentences my first episode, and now I can now write a thing and just talk and make a somewhat interesting podcast. And I think like just in life, or like don't even like take this like as an example, but like just in life, it's really easy to put the bare minimum in and get by. I think that's why 9-to-5 jobs are the pinnacle of people's lives. Like, if you think about it, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars at college just so some of us can make above the minimum wage and work a job that we just don't like going to. Some of us get to have a job where it's fun and you make work friends and stuff. But I think that's the one thing in my life that I want to accomplish, is to do what I love and make a living from it. And I don't even care if I'm making like anything crazy, just so I can support myself, especially being so young. 23. And I think that's the thing that just like bothers me and stuff. And it's just so easy to get burnt out, dude. Like, it's just so easy to coast. I talk about this in therapy and stuff, where it's just like, I know that I can do more, but also like I have this thing that I've said probably since like my sophomore year of high school. And I would go to a bowling alley with my friends, and I would tap someone on the shoulder, I would say to the group, I'd be like, because I grew up in a small town, and I'd be like, hey, my goal in life is to not be one of these, or is to not be a person who looks forward to bowling every week. I want to do more. So, in my head, the first thing I had to do was to get out of my small town. So I got out of my small town, and now I'm living towards the city. And now the next thing that I have to do is move out. And then after that is just like building and getting the knowledge and power and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know what, I think the hardest thing with an entrepreneur mindset or just like doing something for yourself is just like you don't know what you're doing. Like you don't know what's going to work. And like once you find something that works, then it's simple to click, 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 click. And I was helping my friend out with starting a YouTube channel. They're like, what camera do I buy? And I told them what camera to buy. And I was like, oh, if you want this editing software, get this and stuff. And post their first video. It gets more views than my podcast clip. And I've been trying to create content for years. And it's just so frustrating to me knowing that I have the skills and I have the knowledge. It's just like, what am I missing? I'm missing something, and that's the most frustrating part. Like, I call this a comedy podcast, but it's like sometimes I just don't even talk about comedy. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, at least I'm getting jacked. This is going to be a shorter podcast. This is going to be a shorter podcast. I just need to put out something. Next week, fucking skip this episode. If you made it this far, I'm sorry. Fucking skip this episode. Next week's podcast is going to be a banger, I promise. I'm going to write some shit. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. I'm such a monotone little bitch. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. It means a lot. Changed my Twitter name to YMBS Chris. You might be surprised, Chris. I think it's YMBS no dash or something. YMBS _ Chris. Hit me with a follow. If you're listening to this on YouTube, the podcast is available on every podcasting app. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, the podcast. Wait, I already said YouTube. If you're listening to this on audio, I'm so dumb. This is why, dude, I'm so burnt out. Just links are in the bio, man. Links are in the bio. Thank you guys for listening, watching. I've been Chris. You've been beautiful. I'm out.